Okay. So triangle A, B, and C. You have I is the midpoint of BC. Here is point I. J is the midpoint of AC. And K is the midpoint of AC. The question in part A, so you're the given. The given I, midpoint of BC, J is the midpoint of AC, and K is the midpoint of AB. I, J, K, BC, AC, and AB. Okay. Part A. Without using the property of centroid, okay. Without using the property of the centroid in triangle, we have to prove that AI plus BJ plus CK is equal to 0. Required to prove this. How can you prove that AI plus BJ plus CK is equal to 0? Yes, who would like?
Me.
Yes, start.
Okay. AB plus AC is equal to 2AI.
Very good.
So AI is equal to half AB plus half AC.
Very nice. Because I is the midpoint of BC, I is the midpoint of BC. We have AB plus AC, that's equal to 2AI, and then AI, it's equal to half AB plus AC. Here between brackets, since I is the midpoint of BC. Okay, what else?
And for BJ, it's half BA plus half BC.
Similarly for the other vectors, BJ, it's BA plus BC over 2. Similarly, BJ is equal to half BA plus BC, and CK.
And CK is half CA and half CB.
It's half CA plus CB. The median, you can apply it in this way. The median, not the median as a line, I mean vector, it's half the first vector plus the second vector. Okay? BJ, it is half BC plus BA. CK, it is half CA plus CB. Don't forget, here we have the same initial point, B, B, B. For vector here, C, C, C. Okay, graphically understand it in this way, CK from C to the midpoint, it is CA plus CB over 2. So
the summation of these vectors will be 0.
عجبتني هالكلمة summation قديش إلي من السماع. Then AI plus BJ plus CK, it is equal to, how did you get 0?
Because half AB and half BA, I cancelled them. And same for AC and CA and BC and CB.
Very good. Replace each one by its value. AI, it is half AB plus half AC. Half AB plus half AC. BJ, it is half BA plus half BC. And CK, it is half CA plus half CB. Which is equal to half AB minus half BA. Don't forget, AB and BA are opposite vectors, so their sum is equal to 0. Half AC plus half CA, it's also 0. Half BC plus half CB, it's 0. Sum of 3 0 vectors, which is equal to 0. So here we have proved that AI plus BJ plus CK is equal to 0. Any questions? Any questions?
No questions.
Right. Let G be the centroid of point G is the centroid of triangle ABC. Required to prove that, it's required to prove that GI plus GJ plus GK is equal to 0. And then we have to deduce something. Deduce. Well, هو كاتب لك شو deduce what? Deduce the G is centroid of IJK. But we may write only deduce. You have to conclude. Or the proof. Would like? Yes, Ribal. Can you?
أنا أستاذ.
إيه ربال؟
إيه أنا ريبال إيه. أوكي بجرب.
Yeah, to start. G I plus GJ plus GK is equal to. You start from this one that you have to prove it 0. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
منفوت عليا point.
أكيد. Which points?
Yeah. GI منفوت عليا point A.
Okay. Well, GJ
GJ B.
B. Why?
C.
ليش? Why did you choose
أنا
A, B, and C respectively in vectors GI, GJ, and GK?
أنا اعتبرتها لأنه نحن قلنا إنه بالبارت اللي قبله في عنا AI و BJ و CK.
Very nice. Because here in this part we have AI, BJ, and CK. So if you insert points A, B, and C respectively, here you'll get AI and BJ and CK, and you know the sum. It is 0. So this idea may help you.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So it is GA plus AI, GB plus BJ plus GC plus CK is equal to the sum of these three vectors AI, BJ, CK. The sum here is 0 by part 1. But what about these three vectors GA, GB, and GC? Yes, Riba.
يمكن لأنه هي centroid يعني بيصيروا equal to 0.
مش يمكن على الأكيد.
أوكي.
Because A is or G is centroid of triangle ABC. Here you have to conclude something. Put it in your mind that GA plus GB plus GC is equal to 0. This is a property of the centroid. This is a property of a centroid. Right? We proved it. And you have it as a property. You can apply it. Okay? So GA plus GB plus GC equal to 0. So 0. Plus AI plus AB plus CK, it's proved 0 here. So plus 0. And then the answer is 0. But to write a simple justification here, between brackets, GA plus GB plus GC is equal to 0 since G is the centroid of triangle ABC, and AI plus BJ plus CK is equal to 0. This is proved in part A. Okay?
طب أستاذ ببارت 1
ايه عم بسمع part 1 شو بقول؟
نعتبرها من أنا إنه أول شي فكرت إنه فينا نعتبرها مثل البار، مثل اللي قلنا بالسايدز للبار. إذا كان عندنا A B C A B plus B C بيعطينا B D.
اوكي.
إيه بس هون ما عرفت كيف أعملها، يعني ليه طلعت AI equal half AB plus AC.
this is مش bar rule، لا معلش عليها. You know the property
Yes.
AB plus AC, it is equal to 2AI, where I is the midpoint of BC, right? Hey,
Yes.
property, you know. So here, BA plus BC, it is equal to 2BJ. AB plus AC, it is 2AI. CA plus CB, it is 2CK.
أوكي
أنا على
أستاذ.
parallelogram.
أستاذ لسه فهمت.
Okay, good. طيب, what can we conclude from this? When you say that we proved that GI plus GJ plus GK is equal to 0, what can we conclude about point J?
G is the centroid of IJK.
G is centroid of IJK. So here, now, GI plus GJ plus GK is equal to 0. This means that G is the centroid of triangle IJK. ليك شوف راح اكتب لك يوم. انت عندك ال
Yes.
for example نختار ال C plus ال let's say P plus ال شو بدنا ناخذ مثلا بعد point O.
أستاذ مش الآل بتصير السنترويد of triangle CPO.
exact. لكن مثل ما انت شايف هون ال بتكون centroid the same point ال centroid of CPO. Of course triangle CPO. Okay, كمان هاي it is a property, you already know it, and it is written in the summary you have. So here you have GI, GJ, GK is equal to 0, then this point G will be centroid of I, J, K. And in fact, this is the question. Deduce that G is centroid of IJK. We don't have to write deduce it is centroid of IJK. Deduce only. Here, the answer is in the question. When the question deduced that I is the centroid of IJK, it is written in the question. Because we proved that يعني حتى لو التلميذ هون ما عرف تشتغل هاي. إذا التلميذ ما عرف يكتب هاي. Okay? We didn't know how to prove that this sum is equal to 0. Then simply he can write this sum is equal to 0 proved. أكيد بيخسر علامتها. Then G is centroid of IJK. أكيد بياخد علامتها. It is a property. Now part C. part C. Part C it's easy. أو كله exercise منه صعب. You have M as the meeting point of AI and JK. M is the meeting point of IJ and JK. يعني مش عم بيصير بالparticipants. ساعات بيكونوا 13 شوي بيصيروا 9. هيدا CK. No. AI and JK. Okay, نمشي. AI and JK. الرسم شوي not accurate. ماشي الحال. سامحونا. Here is point M. Intersection between JK and AI. Don't forget that midpoints. Yep. Required to find what is M with respect to AI. What is M with respect to AI?
May I tell you?
Yes, sure.
Okay. First, J is the midpoint of AC and I is the midpoint of BC. It's given.
Okay.
Okay, then JI equal half AB and parallel to AB midpoint theorem.
Right.
Okay, so JI equal to AK, vector JI equal to vector AK. So AJIK is a par.
Right.
Since opposite sides are equal and parallel, so M is the midpoint of AI and JK and KJ since diagonals of a par bisect each other.
بهالبساطة. Thank you.
Yeah.
بهالبساطة. You have I is the midpoint, J is the midpoint, so you can say that JI is equal to half AB vectors. JI is equal to half AB. وهذه نحن مرة كمان اشتغلناها. You can say the following: JI it is equal to JC plus CI, JC plus CI, which is equal to JC. It is half AC, plus CI. It is half CB, Take half in common, so it is half AB. Now, JI is equal to half AB, which is equal to half AB. It is AK, which is equal to AK. Then AJIK is a parallelogram. Diagonals in a parallelogram bisect each other. That means that M is the midpoint of AI. بس هيك. اوكي هيدا parallelogram JI. لا مش مظبوط.
استاذ بتقلك ليه انه راح الواي فاي؟
راح الواي فاي. اوكي الله يساعدنا كلنا على الواي فاي وعلى كل شيء، وعلى الكهرباء Okay. Is that clear? Can you see the figure now? JIK. Yes. Any questions?
استاذ وين انك بعد ما كتبت صح؟
بعد ما كتبته لا، بس عم بحكي عن الفكرة قبل ما بلش اكتب. I'm going to write the solution. So you have Ji. I'm going to write it in details without using the midpoint theorem or the reason midpoint theorem. Similar, of course. We have Ji that is equal to Jc plus Ci, which is equal to Jc, it is half AC, and Ci, it is half CB. لا Ci it's half CB مظبوط. Half CB, which is equal to half AB, and half AB it is equal to half AK. طبعا هون في reasons I skipped them. JC it is equal to half AC, because here from this step to this step J is the midpoint of AC and I is the midpoint of CB.
Shouldn't it be AK, not half AK?
Yes, AK.
Sorry, AK. Thank you. And from this step to this step, because here K is the midpoint of AB. Now, JI is equal to AK. JI is equal to AK. Then AJ IK is a parallelogram. J I AK ولا KA? J I KA is a parallelogram. Okay. Here you don't have to write a reason. You know, عم شوف البعض عم بيكتب مثلا opposite sides are parallel and equal. No need to write it. This is a property in vectors. You have Ji is equal to A K, then Ji Ka, Ji Ka is a parallelogram. Don't write anything from the vectors. Okay. Right. Since it is a parallelogram, this means that I is the midpoint, or sorry, M is the midpoint of AI and JK. M is the midpoint of AI and also for midpoint of JK, because here diagonals in parallelogram bisect each other. Diagonals bisect each other. Okay. Any questions?
No.
طيب. Did you finish writing?
Yes.